comments. Let's go right over to Bill, KD2HDD. Your comments for the net.
Good evening, Fred. Good evening, just nothing too exciting going on around here. Still, still trying to get back up to speed from my asthma attack, so looking forward to the warm weather, and maybe that'll help, I hope. Anyway, KD2HDD, back to that.
Very good, Bill. Thanks very much for those comments. Let's go right over to Matt, W2MRD. Your comments for the net.
Good evening, all. I spent some time this weekend in the ARRL International GX contest, submitting a check log this year because I used a variety of remote stations, testing out different ones for different tests of propagation, spacing characteristics, and so forth. So that's definitely not in compliance with the rules. So that'll be a check log entry for sure. I have something actually for the group. Does anyone know if the Cotton Hill, if there's a problem with the link to the 448925 Cotton Hill repeater, does not appear to be linked to the county repeaters tonight?
RTJ.
Go ahead, RTJ. The RTJ station, go ahead. All right. Well, I didn't hear anyone chime up, Matt, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. We'll have to double check there. But thanks for that information. All right, let's go over to Kenny, N2QIL. Your comments for the net.
Well, let's see. I also played around a little bit with the ARRL contest and talked to about 10 different countries, and I don't know. Let's see. If anybody missed me, it's because I was sick most of December and January. I developed a case of sugar diabetes or something. I went right into a glycemic shock for a couple months. Couldn't walk, talk, see straight, nothing like that. But seems like we're getting it under control a little bit, I guess. Other than that, I don't really have anything much to say. We'll turn it back over to Net, and thank you for being net control, by the way.
Very good, Kenny. Well, glad to hear that you're on the mends and doing much better. All right, let's go over to Josh, N1ZGA. Your comments for the net. good, Josh. Thanks very much for those comments. And yeah, sure, we're all waiting for that warmer weather. Bring it on. All right, let's go over to Brian, NJ1F. Your comments for the net.
Good evening, Fred, and everyone on the net. I did play around quite a bit in the ARRL DX contest. Operated with the team at K1 Triple T. Did it all remote. I was the primary 80-meter operator, and conditions were not ideal. They were rather disturbed, but did do something really interesting during the contest. Last night, just before sunset, I worked VK6 APZ. Listening, I had the antenna east and was listening over Africa. So I worked Western Australia at our sunset. And then at our sunrise this morning, I worked Eastern Australia, beaming towards the west, through the darkness. So conditions were disturbed for anything that was going over the North Pole because of a geomagnetic disturbance. So conditions were really not that good. And a lot of activity seemed down. So looking forward to tomorrow night's club meeting. Back to you, Fred, and that.
Very good, Brian. Thanks very much for those comments. All right, let's go over to Dick, KD2DXQ. Your comments for the net.
Hey, Fred and everyone on the net. I don't have much to say except that I am anxiously awaiting that warm weather. I really am, and I'm going to revel in it. Anyway, back to you and that.
Very good, Dick. Thanks for those comments. Let's go over to Joe, N2QFT. Your comments for the net.
Oh, good evening, everybody. Not a lot going on. Enjoyed a little bit of the sunshine today, even though it was still chilly, but it was at least nice that the wind wasn't blowing everything around the yard. A little breezy, but not like it had been. I did not get to participate in the contest. I didn't even look at the rules to see if I could. So I just knew it was going to be one of those weekends that I was just going to be too busy, so I didn't tease myself with it. Other than that, not much. Back to Mexico. W2EMS and 250.
Very good, Joe. Thanks for those comments. Let's go right to Peter, W2BEW. Your comments for the net.
Hello, this is W2BEW, and I'm trying not to sneeze. I can feel it coming. The big news here, I had COVID vaccine number 2 on Friday, and the good news was I had virtually no side effects. I just sailed right through yesterday. So I was very lucky. The pharmacist said he'd heard some horror stories, and he said, everybody's different. And boy, that's true. I lucked out. I too played in the DX contest a little bit. The operative word there is play. Not very serious about it. And I played in the wee hours of the morning, where most of what I could work was in this hemisphere, South America, the Caribbean. Oh, I heard, speaking of teams, Brian, I heard that team from Curacao, PJ2T. I've worked them in many DX contests in the past, and I had a friend who was part of that team. And whenever I worked them, I would say, hey, say hello to Mel for me. Well, I must have called them 12 times, 15 times, whatever, and they could not hear me. That was frustrating. Let me drop this for a moment. I submitted an item for the newsletter, and it didn't make it. As I've mentioned in the past, I've offered to help a local woman dispose of some receivers that belonged to her late husband. And I made a listing and submitted it to Jim, KG2H, and he told me that he would pass it on to the new editor of the newsletter, but it didn't make it in. So I'm just going to do a reminder right here and now that I have access to 4 radios. I don't have them. They're stacked in this woman's living room, and she'd love to have them gone. But she's got a Hammerland HQ170 receiver, a Realistic DX300, a Realistic DX120, and a Lafayette HA600A. All of these we've attached arbitrary prices to, but it's really best offer. So if you have an interest in any one of these receivers, let me know. My phone number, 518-893-7484. Or Peter Mill with one L, Peter Mill with one L, at Verizon.net. And I will, once again, submit this. I'll try and send it out myself over the club mailing list. So we'll get these distributed far and wide, and maybe she can get rid of these things that are cluttering up her living room. I believe that's it from here. Back to you, Fred, W2BEW.
Very good, Peter. Thanks for those updates and for the equipment. Let's go right down to Rick, WB2 and LE. Your comments for the net.
This is WB2 and LE. Not much to comment on. I will agree with Joanne. I'm happy that the wind's down. And I had my first shot, so waiting until April Fool's Day, and hopefully they won't play a joke on me and just put in water. WB2 and LE, back to net.
That would be a bad joke, that's for sure. All right, thanks, Rick. Thanks for those comments. All right, let's pause for just a moment, see if we have any additional stations to join the net tonight.
This is Kilo Alpha 5, Victor India, Frank in Lunch Falls on 700.
This is November Romeo 2 Tango, Art on 00.
This is KG2RTJ.
Recognizes Frank, KA5BVI, Dave, K2EU. Didn't get a name for KD2RTJ. Can I get your first name, please?
White.
All right, let's go ahead and get some comments from Frank, KA5VVI. Your comments for the net.
Hey there, everybody. This is Frank, KA5VVI. Just a reminder, on the 27th and 28th, we're having a technician class at the Warren County Municipal Center downstairs. Anybody wishing to take the class, it's a free class, technicians. Anybody who wants to take the class or test on Sunday at noon, go to w2wcr.org and sign up. You can sign up if you want to test, if you want to take the test and the class, or just the test, or you can sign up to be an instructor for the class, or a VE for Sunday. So visit w2wcr.org and look under technician class and sign up. And thanks, Fred. This is KA5VI. Back to net.
Hey, Frank, one question to clear up. I think we had a question maybe last week. The testing on Sunday, you're testing all classes. Any class of testing for licenses, you're doing that on Sunday, right?
Correct. At noon on Sunday, it'll be open to everybody. So right around Sunday, around 11:30, you need to head in and get seated so we can start testing at noon.
All right, sounds good. Thanks. All right, let's go right over to a Dave. K2EU, your comments for the net.
K2EU, good evening, everyone. All good here in Clifton Park. Fred, just so you know, I tried to log in on EchoLink tonight, and it allowed me to connect, but it didn't see me, and I couldn't transmit to anybody. I also checked into a hurricane net last night, which was kind of cool, and I've got myself a new 2-meter, 70-centimeter Kenwood radio, a D710, so I'm looking forward to getting that on the air. Back to net control.
Oh, very cool. Good deal, Dave. Yeah, thanks for coming back about the EchoLink piece. I was actually trying that this afternoon for probably over an hour, trying to get that connected. I thought it was my router. I got a new router through Spectrum, and I thought I had to open up some ports on there. So I was going back and forth trying to open up ports to make sure it was right, and I had the same thing. I could connect okay. I could receive on EchoLink, but I could not transmit out from there. So I'll definitely have to let Jim know that there's some type of an issue going on. All right, let's go over to Mike, KD2RTJ. Your comments for the net.
Thank you. I don't know, I just want to say, I got this TYT 8900. Everybody sounds fuzzy, and it's not them because every single person out there sounds like they're pinched up and fuzzy. I got an external speaker. I tried the original speaker. I got to have the volume all the way up just to barely hear anybody. So I think something's wrong with the audio on this radio. I might have to see if I can send it back and get another one. I'm hoping to wait for the 8-emitters there pretty soon. I'm going to stick around, hope I can get on that. And if there's a physical meeting tomorrow, I'd like to know, or if it's virtual, please let me know. Back to net. KD2RTJ.
All right, Mike, very good. Thanks for those comments. So just a couple of quick announcements. First off, there is a meeting tomorrow. It is a virtual meeting. There will be no physical gathering tomorrow. The board meeting will start at 6:30 and the regular meeting at 7. I understand there's a presentation tomorrow night about the Village's antenna guide. The Village is a 55-plus planned community located about an hour north of Orlando in Central Florida, with numerous homeowner restrictions, including those that directly impact the installation of amateur radio antennas. However, the Village has a fairly active ham radio club, Kilo 4 Victor Romeo Charlie, and their members have worked out many stealthy ways to place antennas while at the same time addressing the HOA restrictions for the property that they own or rent. So that'll be the program tomorrow night. Sounds pretty interesting. It will be virtual only. Let me let this roll for a moment. The other comment is Phil Wiseman, KC2YLM, we're going to put together another practice session, on-the-air practice session for NB. I know there was a bunch of folks that participated the first time. Phil has sent out some additional information, and there's a few folks that are saying, hey, let's try that again. Let's do some more on-the-air testing. So that's going to be coming up soon as well. As soon as I have a date and time, we'll make sure that that's posted out on the site, the IO site. I think that's all I have, so I'm going to pause one last time, see if we have any additional stations join tonight, or any comments from anyone on the net. I heard someone there, but all I heard was really the audible audio wasn't really there. Just try that again.
Oh, just me, N2QFT. I thought that I had heard Art NR2T. Did I miss you talking to him, or did I not hear correctly?
Well, I didn't hear him at all. Let's give it a try. NR2T, Art, are you there?
Yes, November Romeo 2 Tango on double O.
All right. I don't know how I missed you, but go ahead with any comments you have for the net.
Well, thanks, Joe. No comments for this evening. I didn't actually do anything in ham radio this week at all. So with that, back to net control.
All right, very good. Thanks for checking in anyway, and Joe, thanks for throwing his name out there. That I never even heard it. So there we go.
It was a perfect double with K2VU, and because I didn't hear K2VU, and I caught Art, and I have a number of 1515 this evening.
All right, very good. Well, it sounds like that's correct as well. I guess we'll go ahead and close down the net at 19:30 hours. This has been a regular session of the Saratoga County Amateur Radio Association net. Thanks everyone for checking in tonight. Hopefully we'll see you on the virtual meeting tomorrow night. Board meeting at 6:30, regular meeting at 7, presentation shortly thereafter. This is W2 EMS. I'll be clear.
This is K2 Juliet Golf. Thank you, Rick. Fred, can I check in? I know you cleared the net. I just wondering.
Say that call again.
This is K2 Juliet Golf. Thank you, Rick. I didn't know if I can get in there, just check in and out, okay?
Yeah, definitely, Rick. We'll get you on the log for sure. Thanks very much for checking in. Always appreciate it.
Okay, thank you. We'll be clear.
W2 EMS.